So this episode is a little bit more interesting after watching the one yesterday. But we're watching Series 4, Episode 2, and as I discussed, the episode yesterday, Series 4, Episode 1, was, compared to the episodes I usually watch, it's the earliest episode of the show I've seen, I believe. And it was a bit more, I guess edgy is the right word, you know? It was, I feel like in the later series, he definitely went more family-friendly and everything. It seemed like the earlier one's a bit more edgy. I don't think it was necessarily a good or a bad thing. I'm not hating or anything. I just think it was different. You know, you have edgy Harry Hill, and you have child-friendly Harry Hill. But which one is better? There's only one way to find out, and that's by watching another episode. What is that shell right there? I can't make out what that is. The second to last one that you ate.
Welcome to TV Burp. Not content with sweeping the board at the National TV Awards, Coronation Street takes the war of the soaps up a gear.
Uh-oh.
Take that,
Whoa!
On Emmerdale, news spreads quickly that they've got a special offer on hay at the Woolpack.
Yeah, she's not really talking
No.
I'll tell you what.
The French decide to join the war in Iraq. Too little, too late. Casualty has its first case of exorcism.
Oh, Danny.
Mommy. Page the priest! Page the priest!
Mommy.
Relaunch their condiments with an eye on the pink pound.
Brown sauce is for puffs.
Whoa.
And after their census, the Irish Prime Minister demands a recount.
Even today, there are only 20 mammals in Ireland.
Mammals. Not as popular as they used to be, are they?
No.
Now, I like to think I'm a pretty good judge of character. You pick up little clues about people's personalities from little things they do.
Right.
I think when you realised that she wasn't a nice person was when she tried to kill everyone.
Yeah, little things like that, you know.
Yeah.
What a week it's been on Coronation Street. What's that, Ashley?
First your age, don't spill the odd strip pint and then fork out for a cab home.
Right.
First your age, don't spill the odd strip pint and then fork out for a cab home.
Maybe Maya can help.
Of course.
Can't spell their own name, could just do a paw print or something. That'd be me screwed.
Me
Spell
free.
their own name, could just do a paw print or something. That'd be me screwed.
Anyone.
Baseball soup and croutons, but look, the soup's not really
Someone translate.
Brown sauce is for puffs.
I see, yeah.
Got it.
Tell you another thing we learnt about Ashley on Corrie that I hadn't noticed before.
I even love his feet, and technically speaking, they are what you call grotesque.
Really? In what way?
It's just like his toes are like fingers, they're dead long.
As I say, I hadn't noticed it, but if you look back at that earlier clip...
First your age, don't spill the odd strip pint and then fork out for a cab home.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was the big wedding. And Deirdre chose to wear a jellyfish on her head.
Nobody's going to be looking at
You sure did.
It was a Hindu wedding, so the whole street went Indian. Don't tell Kilroy, he won't like that.
Thought it was Dalek.
You tried to take over your party leadership, but they wouldn't let you. There was a special guest appearance from Nadia off Big Brother. I don't know, Corrie this week, it was like, well...
I mean, it was like an episode of The Bill.
Yeah. It was like an episode of The Bill. Corrie's getting more like The Bill, The Bill's getting more like Corrie. It's soap swap. Take this new addition to the Sunhill Force.
You know who that is? Sergeant Toby.
Sergeant Toby! I knew they had police dogs. I didn't know they gave them ranks. Toby, fetch!
That's Sergeant Toby, if you don't mind.
Please report to General Fluffy.
There appeared to be another new addition to the team. A very tall policeman standing behind D.I. Morell.
We'll be focusing the investigation on PC Young's connection to the sniper from now on.
I'm still finding it difficult.
Oh, they're a crack team down at Sunhill. They never miss a clue.
But you can't be far away,
Yeah, never mind that. What about the baby that's hanged itself against the wall?
Oh my god.
In the pink romper suit. It's behind you!
Help the child.
Probably like me, though. Sometimes at work, you want to just disappear. Make yourself go invisible. If you can't do that, I suppose the next best thing would be to make yourself go all blurry.
I'm not going round there again.
I can make a few phone calls if you like, see what's happening.
Whatever.
That's mind control. Let's see if I can do it.
Nice.
And back. The big story was Kerry being shot. Naturally, her best friend Yvonne would be upset. You would, wouldn't you? And how do you cheer yourself up? Have a paracetamol.
Mood awful.
You're probably like me. You steal stuff from your place of work. You know, pens, paper, light fittings. But what if you're a butcher?
The kidneys in that.
Yeah.
Our favourite meal, isn't it, kidneys?
I love them. Well, why don't you take one home for your tea?
Oh, you talked me into it. But you have to have a pair of them, don't you?
Just stuff them in your pocket, Ray.
Kidney in each pocket, cut the chops down your trousers, and a single pork medallion under your hat. Ah, happy days. This was beyond River Cottage, and Hugh Fernley Whittingstall's restaurant's coming on apace.
What could be more romantic? But footsie-friendly tables won't be much
Beautiful!
use
What a lovely piece of furniture. It's all leg. It's all a table. You
It
sit
is all
six
leg.
people around. You're all on a leg. You know. Hugh's got big plans for a Valentine's night special.
I'm planning a variation on the Eastern European paprikash, using two
Is that a cat?
unusual but rather appropriate parts of my hoggets. This may seem a little bit weird, but as far as variation on the Eastern European
There's two
paprikash,
cats.
using two unusual but rather appropriate parts of my hoggets. This may seem a little bit weird, but as far as I'm concerned, putting hearts and tongues together on the same plate, it's sort of a romantic gesture. When you think about it, Valentine's night, hearts and tongues, that's pretty much what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, what's wrong with flowers and chocolates?
Yeah.
Hearts and tongues, or paprikash, as he calls it. Paprikash, I thought he was a tennis player. There are these particular foods that do go well together, though, aren't there? Like, you know, cheese with pineapple, you know, champagne with caviar.
Nettles with oysters.
Nettles with...
What?
Cuckoo spit with cockles, they're nice, yeah. If you're feeling really romantic, roadkill and a pot noodle emptied over the top of it. All finished off with a dollop of bird's muck. No, be fair, nettles are packed full of goodness.
They're full of good things. Iron, natural histamines, vitamins.
Dogwee.
Sure.
You got a dog leaf to take the taste of dogwee out of my mouth.
Not just dogs, probably.
Yeah, if you're going to Hugh's restaurant, you get a knife, a fork, and a toothbrush. Being Hugh, of course, he got the oysters locally from the Devon version of Swiss Tony.
Eating oysters is like making love to a mermaid.
What?
What are the flowers you always associate with love and Valentine's Day? Roses?
I can't resist picking a few snowdrops too. The traditional Valentine's flower.
Poppers.
That's what he's told his wife. Yeah. No, traditional present of Valentine's, yeah, not chocks, no, a nice piece of turf. Yeah, nice piece of turf. There you go, darling, bunch of snowdrops, piece of turf, go on, couple of kidneys, why not, yeah. Oh, you haven't touched your paprikash. So, how does it all go on the big night?
What's the paprikash?
Spicy Eastern European dish, and the meat in it is hearts and tongues of lamb.
Tongues?
And 2 times roast lamb. Can't tempt you with the paprikash of hearts and tongues.
No.
He couldn't give it away.
Should have been less honest.
Cold paprikash for weeks. Paprikash salad, paprikash on toast, paprikash...
Should have said there's meat in it.
Casualty now, and you're probably like me, you've noticed that there are basically 2 blonde pink nurses, a large one and a small one, that patrol the corridors of Holby General. One doing widths, the other doing lengths, right?
Okay.
I'm sure you picked that up, yeah. There's the small blonde pink nurse, she does lengths.
This is ridiculous. There's nothing...
Here she comes. Straight towards us.
Straight with each other.
And off. There she comes again. Through the doors.
There she is.
And off again. This time she follows the nurse. Oh, and away from
I
us
see the
this
other one.
time. That's the small blonde pink nurse.
I
Then
saw the
there's
other
the
one.
bigger one that takes care of the widths. There she goes.
Yep.
There.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
There.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, I thought you noticed that. Yeah. Here,
Of course.
what do you drink if you're a midget alcoholic?
I want to do miniatures full time.
World War II was back on TV in a big
What a
way
transition.
this week. Yeah, this is Fooling Hitler.
Almost 800 decoys.
That's a hell of a framing job. Don't you hate it when you wipe the stuff off the mirror and it was on your face all along?
We were decimated. It would take us time to recover.
Fooling Hitler, as the name implies, was a docudrama about the ingenious methods we Brits used in the Second World War to fool the Jerrys.
But the war would teach me we'd need much more than canvas planes and decoy airfields to pull the wool over Hitler's eyes.
Canvas planes and decoy airfields, yes.
Along with the Ruperts came commandos, armed with gramophones, and a sonic deception soundtrack to unnerve the enemy even further.
Gramophones with sonic deception
Right.
soundtrack to unnerve the enemy, yes.
In addition to coastal flame defences, I suggest, in the event of invasion, the deployment of women on horseback issued with trumpets.
Whoa, whoa.
How easy was it to fool Hitler? Well, it turns out he was incredibly gullible.
Yeah.
This early footage shows.
What the fuck?
You've been framed!
Oh no!
Hello and welcome to You've Been Framed!
Not showception.
And oh look, the Fuhrer is taking advantage of a break in his busy schedule for a little quality time on his own. Or is he?
What the fuck?
Time for a little chat on the patio. What are the Fuhrer's friends up to now? Uh-oh. Look out for that. Oh,
Hitler kind of looks like Mark Heap.
What's this? Cling film over the Lucy's? That is just plain naughty. Look out, Hitler. I wouldn't go in there if I were you.
Oh no.
I said I wouldn't go in there.
Oh.
Oh, well, back to the drawing
I think it's
board.
Harry, actually. I couldn't tell at first, but I think it actually was Harry.
I was just thinking, who is better at patrolling the corridors of Casualty? The short pink blonde nurse who does lengths, or the tall pink blonde nurse who does widths? There's only one way to find out.
Come on, pink nurse! I picked both sides, so I always come out on top.
Welcome back. Todd Carty regrets meal for two at the River Cottage restaurant. I should never have had the paprikash.
Yeah, you shouldn't have.
Hugh Fernley Whittingstall gets his own back on the shoplifting butcher.
Oh!
Gannets prefer to commit suicide than be interviewed by Alan Titchmarsh.
On the side, these are
Yeah, ever wondered what Paul McCartney and Heather Mills will look like in 20 years' time?
Funny enough,
Of course
this was 20
not.
years ago.
This was Wife Swap and the Clark family. This week's episode was particularly moving as Phil Clark opened his heart to us about his special bond with his
I am in
10
the future
children.
he spoke of.
It's like my prison sentence. You have got 18 years to do from your last child, so I've got 15 years left, and I'll be free again.
Gets you right there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This character was a self-confessed tightwad, living off leftovers and the cheapest stuff from the supermarket, as his temporary wife found out.
Deirdre starts by getting rid of the unhealthy food from the freezers.
God, what's that? Oh no! Best before the end. July '96.
Yeah, if you keep looking, you should find a job lot of Hugh Fernley Whittingstall's paprikash. He had quite a temper, though, old Phil.
Photographs of my parents have been removed. I've got a photograph of my dad and a photograph of my mum, and they've been removed. And that is intrusive, and I'm not having it.
Hello, Dad. Hello, Mum. How are you? Oh, are you going down the club later? Yeah.
That's fair enough, though.
And
Honestly.
Ian Beale's rebranding of the chip shop doesn't quite go according to
And being
plan.
mad about that, I get it.
Only the best for you, love.
Oh.
Dame Fortune smiles upon the nail bar. Nail bar. Nail bar.
Oh, sorry, no, we're fully booked all day.
It's empty. There's no one in it. That's not fair, actually. Pat dropped by for another layer of creosote.
I think I'm dry enough.
Okay, I'll just get your top coat.
Who said slapstick was dead?
Oh. What's going on there? Must be a kink in it or something.
How long does it take you to butter a piece of toast?
Was I dreaming, Spence? Or did I hear an ambulance last night?
Yeah, over at the Fowlers, Martin got taken away in an ambulance.
Oh, did he? Has he had an accident?
He's still going.
Yeah, I'm going to go tonight.
Yeah, I can easily lose a morning just buttering away. If I'm adding Marmite, the whole day's a write-off. They could have done with some toast down at the cafe.
Any more for any more?
We'll have 2 big bowls of beans, please.
Hey.
And a spoon. Yeah. Spencer was left in charge of the fish and chip shop, so he drew up a timetable.
Jane. Fish delivery.
8:20, arrive at chip shop, get ready for fish delivery. 8:30, fish delivery. 8:45, check fish delivery. It all pivoted pretty much around that crucial fish delivery. I've got the next page here. Here we are.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. After the fish delivery, 9 o'clock, count the fish in the fish delivery to check that all the fish have been delivered.
Right.
9:15, stand back and admire fish delivery in all its glory. 9:30, make sure fish delivery is safely put away in fridge.
Got it.
9:45, throw street party to celebrate safe arrival at fish delivery. 10 till 4, put butter on half a piece of toast. The other big story, of course, the Miller girl, Demi, who we've nicknamed Chav, Chav Miller, she had her baby.
Push nice and hard,
You know, there are occasions, aren't there, when you just don't know whether to laugh or cry. Well, why not try both?
That's true.
Have a paracetamol. You know when they're a bit short of stuff to put out on Channel 5? You know, the film's
Like
finished,
always?
They got half an hour to kill before they put the next one on. You can almost hear them going, get that old shark programme out. You still got that shark programme knocking about? Thus, Bull Shark, Search for the Deadliest Shark, with Nigel Marven. We learnt of the shark's love of particular haircuts.
Let it spot the silvery flash of a mullet.
Look out, Peter Stewart! The main thrust of the programme was Nigel's feeling that sharks have been given a bad press.
Sharks have an image problem.
That was quite a pause.
Some of them as giant monsters looking for people to eat.
1 or 2 people get eaten and the whole species gets a bad name.
All right.
You don't read about the good sharks, though, do you? The sharks that are busy at home weaving little blankets for homeless chub. The sharks that work tirelessly teaching dolphins that have lost their confidence how to swim again. The sharks have recently formed a neighbourhood watch scheme and have cut death rates of baby turtles by half. Oh, no! And to prove how safe sharks are, Nigel takes to the water with a shark expert.
Wow! These sharks could easily take you out. So as long as we don't move, and they realize we're not a threat to them, they couldn't care less.
Yeah, you're fine, as long as you don't move.
Yes, sir.
Ah, me leg! Me leg! As long as you don't move,
Right.
Keep still.
Yeah.
You're perfectly safe to stand in the sea with sharks. He's an expert and he got bitten.
Sometimes humans get in the way and are eaten almost by accident.
It was an accident. I was going for the fish, the human got in the way. What's wrong
It is
with
true, though.
you?
Sharks are dumb.
It's a mistake anybody could have made. I don't know, you eat one human. Nigel's not quite so brave after his friend gets bitten. He's still interested in getting close
Not
to
the X
sharks, but not such big ones.
80% of all sharks.
Can I go back in the water now? A joke's a joke, yeah. I can't breathe, Nigel.
Let bro live.
Put me back in the water.
Then, after a while, he gave up on sharks altogether. Started catching people. Get the keep net, I've caught another person. I must say, I've been enjoying Heidi High's Paul Shane on Emmerdale. But all good things must come to an end. He's off to another job.
Hey, don't tell me you're not stopping for your tea, Solomon.
Stick your tea, your house and your family. I'm going back to real people who are miserable and hate one another.
That's right.
What?
He's got a job on EastEnders.
Hey!
Oh, that's all we've got time for. And to sing us out, the Baby Shark off of Bull Shark.
Oh, okay.
Good night.
Starting shortly over on ITV2, they've reached the halfway point and emotions are really starting to show. On the block, Australia.
The block,
Next hit,
Australia?
our judges make it through tonight's show without falling out. Well, that's a challenge in itself on the X Factor.
I mean, that's the whole
And
point of the show.
At 7:15, Ant and Dec host a Halloween special. Saturday
Ooh.
night takeaway and Millionaires
I'd
later
find that.
at 8:25.
Could use some more Halloween shows. Ant and Dec Halloween special. I'm gonna have to remember that one because I was looking for Halloween stuff. Last year I actually tried to do a Halloween month. So may try again. Coming up here. That would be something to add to the list. I'm gonna finish this series. It's only 6 episodes. After I finish this series, though, what would you like me to do? Would you like me to continue the older version of the show or the newer version of the show? Edgy or more family friendly? I feel like the family friendly version seems to be like the version people are more familiar with, so I feel like most people are probably gonna say go back to the later version of the show, so that's probably what I'll end up doing. But if anyone wants me to continue with this version of the show, I'm more down. It's very interesting because I didn't know the show was like this early on, so it's interesting seeing how it evolved. Again, it's not a good or bad thing. I don't have anything against it at all. But that is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, they're all in the video description, as well as names on my Patreon. If you didn't know, you can be a Patreon on me for as low as $1 or £1, and need access to direction videos, as well as written comments with daily, sometimes more. With all that being said, though, my name is Taffer's Teams, I've been Direction, Harry Hills TV, Burp, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.